Hello and welcome to yoga today. I have in mind some hip openings, mostly seated, bound angles, open angles, some pigeons, and then a back bend towards the end. We'll see how it goes. We'll start by taking a nice big inhale and exhaling all the air out. 2 more times. And 1 more time. Setting an intention for our yoga practice. If it's for an organ, a body part, muscle, anything that we need to pour some more energy into. Maybe it's a project, maybe it's a friend, so pick anything that works for you and with intention practice fully into every pose, and any leftover energy that we don't need can go to our friend or our project or our body parts. Let's take a nice big Om to start our practice. Take a big inhale. And release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Touch the fingers to your mat, to the floor, to the grass, wherever you might be. Inhale, take your arms all the way up. And exhale, touch your hands, fingers below. Inhale, sweep it up 1 more time. And exhale, bring it all the way back down. Take your left arm up and over towards the right side. Take your forearm maybe to the floor, maybe your hand is on the floor. Take your gaze up and underneath the arm. And gently take it all the way up and over, sweeping your right arm all the way up and maybe taking it over towards the side. Looking for that nice great length into the side of the waist. And then we'll do it 1 more time, inhaling, sweeping all the way up and over. And bring it all the way up and over again. Sweeping it. Grounding the sit bones, getting in towards the lumbar area, to the side. And from here, take your right hand to your left knee and give yourself a nice big twist. Looking behind and switching to the other side, taking your left hand to your right knee. And exhale, taking it back to the center. Bringing your legs together and taking your feet all the way out. Take your right leg in for Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Sweep the arms all the way up. Bring your ribs in and hinge and fold forward. You might have a strap, a scarf or something to reach towards your foot. You might have your hands around your foot, wherever it works, around your leg, maybe resting to the side. Inhale, long sides. Exhale, fold, Janu Shirshasana. Taking some nice good breaths into all tight areas. And gently bringing it all the way back up and switching sides. Taking your left foot in, right leg is forward, bringing that hamstring all the way facing down towards the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Take your hands somewhere along the leg, wherever it might reach for you. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Give ourselves 3 nice big Ujjayi breaths here. Nice big breathing through all parts of the body. And bring it all the way back up. Take your legs straight out. Just to bring them all the way back in, bringing your feet together for a bound angle, Baddha Konasana. Maybe wiggling around a little bit so it feels comfortable to sit on the sit bones. Yeah, we're just going to hold on to the ankles and and drive the seat down, opening in towards the adductors, bringing your chin towards your sternum, sitting nice and tall, stretching the back of the neck, stretching in towards the hips. And from here, gently bring it all the way back up. Take your legs out to the side for Upavishta Konasana, open ankle. Taking your right arm up towards the sky and maybe over length first, and then if there feels like a good idea to take it over to the side, then take it over to the side. Take the gaze up and underneath your upper arm and gently take it all the way up and over to the other side. Hand or forearm on a block or forearm to the floor, whichever works for you. We'll take it up and over one more time, sweeping it all the way up, getting some nice openness into the side body. And gently bring it all the way up and over one more time. And gently taking it all the way up towards the center. Sweep the arms up and bring the palms together. Bring your hands up towards the sky and get a nice big length again. And exhale, release hands down to the sides. Take your hands underneath your legs and bring them back together. Stretch your legs out. Take your right leg in. Same thing, Janu Shirshasana, head to knee. So you might have a block handy by. If you do, grab your block. If not, we'll just do exactly the same thing again. And still opens the hips. Excellent. Maybe you'll take your right foot on a block inside your left inner thigh. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Put your hands somewhere along your mat, along the floor, maybe towards your leg or foot. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, hinge and fold. There'll be some different feedback in towards the hip where your leg is bent. Nice long side of the waist. Undoing any knots into the lower back on the right side. Karate chopping your right little toe side into the block or into the floor. And gently bring it all the way back up and switch sides. Just kind of switch the block slightly over to the opposite side so your right leg can be nice and straight and the left foot can come onto the block. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands towards the foot. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, hinge and fold. It's a little bit of a different feeling in towards the right lower back. Excellent for getting a little deeper in towards the lumbar area. Making sure to lift the sternum, bringing all the muscles in towards the bones, in towards the midline, and extending out from there. Some nice, good deep breaths into all parts, and then gently bringing it all the way back up and taking your block to the side. And then we'll bring the legs in and come into Baddha Konasana again. So either stay here or take your block. I like to take it a little bit in front so it's more like a diamond shape rather than feet in towards the groins when I put my feet onto the block. Press the outer edges of the feet in towards the block, and we can sit upright. Sometimes that's plenty turn for the hips, and sometimes it feels good to fold forward. Take your head towards your feet. And maybe you'll adjust the block so it feels like it's hitting the super yummy spots in towards the hips. Karate chop your little toe side in towards the block side. Rest your head into your feet if it works. And gently bring it all the way back up. And then we'll take the legs out to the side and take the block off to the side. Bring the arms all the way out. Taking your right arm up to the sky. Crescent to the side again. This time we're going to hook the heels down and float our hands over the floor and come over. It's a nice little windmill over towards the right side. And then we'll do that again over to the other side, holding in towards the muscles of the legs, into the core, turning in towards the vertebrae, lower toning in towards the belly, and we'll just keep turning. Yeah, we'll just keep it turning back and forth, side to side. And 2 more times, bringing it over, and 1 more time, over to the side, and taking it all the way up towards the center. Hands behind your knees and close your legs together. Excellent. Downward facing dog. Pedal about into the back of the legs. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Getting some nice deep breaths through all parts of the body. Come down onto your knees and bring your hands around your yoga mat and scrunch it up. Take your feet on each side of your mat, inside the mat. Bend your knees. Push your hands into the mat. Raise your sacrum. Bring your ribs towards your quads and plug your femurs back. Free up the lower back. Look between the hands if it's available and get a little deeper in towards the upper back. And gently take it back to the center. Downward facing dog. Bring your right leg up towards the sky, heel up, toes down. Pull everything in towards the midline, and then from there open up your right hip, bend your knee, bend your heel towards your buttocks, maybe sink your left heel down, and then take your right leg underneath you for pigeon. Right knee over towards the right side of the yoga mat. Tuck the back toes under. Have your quad facing downward towards the mat to have a nice inner rotation onto the legs, into the inner thigh. Maybe you'll take that block back for your forehead. Maybe you make a little pillow out of your hands for your head. Maybe you extend your arms all the way out. Moving the breath through all parts. Softening into the tighter areas. And gently bring the hands back to the center. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Moving about. Take your left heel up towards the sky. Toes down. Heel up. Bring your ribs in. Press your palms down. Lift your upper arm bones, and then from there, open your left hip, bend your knee, heel towards the opposite buttocks, and maybe sink your right heel down. Take your left leg underneath you for pigeon. Tuck your right toes under, maybe hike your right leg back slightly, taking your forearms to the block, to the floor. Take your options, whichever works for you, folding forward, juicing up in towards the left hip, karate chopping your left little toe side down, sweeping the arms all the way forward, putting your forehead onto something comfortable, taking some nice deep breaths into all parts, moving stagnant energy around. And gently bring it all the way back up. Push back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come up onto the toes, come into plank pose, and we'll just hold our plank for a moment, building that pathway from the upper to the lower body. Pulling the ribs in. Feeling nice and spacious in the back body. And then we can come down onto the forearms, prayer hands. Building a little awareness from the bottom ribs towards the top of the hips. Lifting up the floating ribs. Lifting from the knees through the quads, all the way up towards the belly. And bring the knees to the floor and then come all the way down onto the belly. Take your right arm out on the floor. We'll do a prone or a sideways lying shoulder stretch. Sweep the arm all the way out. Come over onto the right side. Give yourself a stretch. You can lift your left leg. You can kickstand your left leg behind you. Some of you might take your left hand towards your hip, or maybe even finding your right hand and interlacing and open up a little bit more if needed in the shoulders, if your shoulders are craving it. And release, come to the belly and come to the other side. Left arm out. Come over onto the left shoulder so the left palm is flat down, and we give ourselves just a little support with the right hand fingers. We can stay right here. You can lift your right leg and kickstand for you who like to do that. You can take your right hand to the hip, or kind of just hang out with it there, or find your hands behind you, interlace and extend your arms and get nice and juicy in towards the left shoulder. And exhale, take it back to the center, leg and arms step by step. Push into the hands and come into child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart, stretching the arms all the way towards the front. Letting the energy realign in the shoulders by having nice straight arms. Spreading the fingers, lifting the upper arm bones and getting heavy at the same time into the seat, and just open all those pathways all the way from the seat up through the torso, out through the shoulders and arms, hands. And coming up onto all fours, please. Come down onto the forearms, palms together. Dolphin pose, a little bit into the shoulders again. We can walk the feet in, we can have the forearms down. We can step the feet together. We can hang out right here. We can take one leg all the way up. Some of you might lift your leg up. Into a forearm stand with palms together. You can also stay down into dolphin pose with your forearms and your feet onto the floor. And then we'll take it back down into dolphin pose. So we got a nice little juiciness going into the shoulders. Bring the knees to the floor. Come back to one more downward facing dog. Press the hands, lift the upper arm bones. Pedal about into the back of the legs. And then we'll step it all the way forward. Take a hand in each elbow, widen your feet. Do a couple of side to side. Maybe some figure eights, maybe some yes, maybe some no's. And gently take it all the way back down and bring your feet forward. Take your block with you. Bring it all the way over if you have a block and you use a block in your practice. If not, we'll do it without the block. Bring your hands forward, heels onto the mat, and then we're just going to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll just pull that lower belly in and up. Find the spine. Give it a little massage on the way down. And taking it all the way down. Bring your feet in, grab your yoga mat, press your head down, adjust your shoulder blades, take your outer hips up and roll your shoulders underneath you for Setu Bandha, Sarvanjasana, bridge pose. I like to grab the hands to really get in towards that upper back. You can come up onto your toes and raise your outer hips up as well. You can take your hands on behind you, underneath you, interlace your hands, maybe put your feet back down, and exhale, release, take it all the way back. Sweep the arms over the head, You can stay here. You can take the block underneath your hips, underneath your sacrum, or you can go further and take it into Urdhva Dhanurasana, placing your hands by your shoulders with your pinkies slightly turned out. I like to have my pinkies touch the edge of the mat. That way my elbows go straight up, and it's easier for me to plug in my upper arm bones and get a little deeper into the upper back. Press your hands and your feet come up to the top of the head. Walk your hands in if needed. You might stay here and hang out. You might root down into your hands, into your feet, and lift up into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Taking 3 to 5 deep breaths here. Taking your toes maybe onto the floor and extending out. This is a great place to extend extra energy out to your intention of your yoga practice. There's usually a lot of extra buzzing around energy into a back bend. And we'll just hang out here. Give ourselves a few breaths. And walk the feet forward. Lift your chin, come down onto the back, and take your arms out to the side, feet on each side of the yoga mat, right knee in the center, and left knee in the center, massaging in towards the lower back. And a few more times. And then bringing the knees up towards the ceiling. Take your right leg up, hands behind your hamstrings. Extend your left leg forward. Push your hands and your leg into each other. Bring your sacrum down, tone into the lower belly. And walk your hands up towards your ankle, towards your foot. Roll your shoulders off. Take your head towards your knee. Bring your ribs together, muscles between the ribs together to expand in towards the back body. And then gently take it back down. Take your right leg out to the right side. You can hold your hand underneath your thigh, or you can use a strap. And gently bring it all the way back up. Bend your knee in, and we'll switch legs. Take your left leg in and extend it up. Right leg forward, both legs straight. Push your hands in towards your hamstrings, hamstrings in towards your hands. Taking the breath through any tight areas, and then walking your hands up towards your lower leg, towards your foot. Take an inhale and an exhale. Take your head towards your knee, extending both legs. Hugging from the heels into the back of the legs, into the back of the knees to make some nice, good pathways for the upper and the lower leg. And expanding into the back body. And exhale. Roll your torso down, take your left leg out to the side. Right hand can help to ground the right leg down. And gently bring it all the way back in. Bend your knee and extend your leg all the way out. Hook your thumbs, feet together, and a full body extension onto your back. And exhale, release, hands to the side, hands underneath, and roll it all the way up and turn towards the front. And we'll come back to the beginning of the class where we sat in Sukhasana, happy pose, crossing the legs and taking the arms all the way up. Bring the gaze up towards the hands, and then we'll take the right hand down and the left arm up and over, so we're facing each other again. Maybe that forearm feels like a good idea to bring it down. Maybe there's some more space into the side body, into our lymphatic system. Bring it all the way up and over. Other side, hand or forearm to the floor, taking the right arm up and over. Then bringing it all the way back up towards the center. And we'll do one more twist. Take your left to the right. Give yourself a little twist over to the side. And other side. Right to left. Twisting. And then we'll sit together. And also, when the video is down, you can just lay yourself down into Shavasana and enjoy 5 to 10 minutes in resting pose Shavasana onto your back. Until then, we'll sit together evenly on the sit bones and letting all of the outer layers soften. The buzzing around energy needs to just find its place, where to go. Taking 3 nice deep breaths together. And one more. Bringing your hands together in front of the heart. Let's join our voices in one Om. Take a nice big inhale. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Hope you have a fabulous rest of your day or evening. Let's lay on our backs and let all the poses find its new place to reside in our body by taking Shavasana and letting everything unplug or plug in where it needs to be. Enjoy.